Hello? Testing. Just making sure the microphone works this time. Yes, it does. Indeed. Welcome to round 1 of season 6 of GFRL. This is going to be my 3rd season now commentating on this league, which I think actually doing 2 seasons made me the longest commentator in GFRL history. But I've been doing this for a very long time now. But welcome back. We've had a week off since the last season, and in that week we did lots of fun stuff, like 2 hours of the Nürburgring, which I gave up after 15 minutes due to Mihai and his inability to drive around the Nürburgring circuit. But yeah. We're not here to talk about that. We are really mostly here to talk about the new season. And there's lots going on this season, especially with Williams. There's been a lot of driver changes, including Mihai to Red Bull, which is very interesting. However, the most important driver change of everything, other than Joseph File staying at AlphaTauri, showing his loyalty, because most other drivers have left, except for Shazad. Luca's retired. Think there's something wrong, unless Luca's planning on doing Alasta first. But yes, I will properly get into it. The biggest noise around the paddock in GFRL right now is obviously Luca and Aiden as a team. The king, obviously, of the Drivers' Championship last season, our winner, dominated the season, not in a normal fashion, because a lot of drivers gave him a run for his money towards the start of the season. However, and they did show that a title chance was there. It's just, even though Luca was put up with a fight almost every single race, he won. So it really shows who he is as a driver. Even with those challenges, he overcame them. But another important factor, obviously, is Aiden being the star in the midfield. He finished 4th in the Drivers' Championship last season. The only people to beat him were 2 world champions, which is Luca and Domi, and then Blackberry. So I really think that there could be a large amount of points Williams win by this season. It's looking very dangerous, and it's looking already like the Constructors' Championship may have been wrapped up. But something to talk about is Leon's move to Red Bull. Now, is this going to be a big change for the driver? Is it going to mean more? Are we going to have to expect more from Leon, as formerly he was at Aston Martin, and it does feel like he's dropped down in terms of teams in GFRL, as Red Bull have not proved themselves to be a strong team within this league. Time and time again, they've been in the bottom 5 of the grid. Now, so has Aston Martin, but they've consistently beaten Red Bull. So let's see what Leon can do to bring this team to new heights, maybe. We've got Index staying in the Haas and Gabri. Goodness me. Oh, we've got Mihai setting the fastest lap. I'm sure that won't stay there for long. Danny Van Ruiten, or Ruiten. Apologies if I have pronounced your name wrong. Just let me know at the end of the race and I will fix it. However, new season, new everyone. Let's get into it. Are we ready for what's going to come our way? Is there going to be a title fight? Is it going to be an absolute dominant season from Luca again? Who is it going to be? Is Bas going to return to his old ways that he showed us in Season 4, where he was fighting for wins and podiums consistently? We've got a lot of new drivers in the grid as well. I mean, Bram, not necessarily a new driver, made his debut last season. However, he's more than just a reserve now, and he is here with a seat at Ferrari. Teammates with Ruby former commentator and former driver who returned in last season, season 5. So this last season it was all about him getting to grips with GFRL, whereas now Ruby should be proving who he is as a driver. We've got Darky, who also made their debut last season, getting a seat for Aston Martin now. I'm fairly sure he's no longer a reserve driver. But yes, obviously Blackberry and Oliver now at Mercedes as a team, and will be ready to see what they're capable of this season. So there is 19 drivers. There's 2 Williams, 2 Ferraris, 2 Mercedes, 2 AlphaTauris, there's 2 Red Bulls. There is 1 Alpine, if I'm correct. Yes. I don't know whether Domi is still on the grid. I think he is driving for Alpine. We'll have to have a look. However, let's see. Let's have a look at the standings. Paul, Parrott, and contracts. Oh wow, Beast. I've seen him in this lobby. However, Beast has returned with Alfa Romeo. I've just seen in the driver contracts that the season 1 champion, the GOAT of GFRL, obviously returning out of quite a staggered career, being here season 1, 2 and 3. No, season 1 and 2. I don't know if he had much of an appearance in season 3, retiring in season 4, returning, no, what do you call it, I don't think he was here season 3, he was here season 4, obviously not here for season 5, and making a return in season 6. So a lot up and down the grid to see. This is Felix. Now, is this Felix 1? Or is it someone? Is it another Felix? Because if you are a new Felix, welcome! If you are Felix 1, then why are you P8, not P1? I don't understand. Index. Ooh, yeah, Gabri there, spinning off onto the gravel. That's not going to be good for the underside of his car. Very close to the wall there. Very dangerous. Right. Let's get on board with someone on a lap now. We've got Darky on his in lap. Got a few drivers on their out laps. We've got a Ferrari on the... Ruby is about to start a lap round the Red Bull ring, right, as he goes into turn 1, heavy on the braking. Very good racing line through there, but he got a bit of understeer going through the corner, just had to catch it. Now, top speed of around 315 kilometers an hour right there, trying to get a slipstream from that McLaren whilst going into the corner. I wouldn't have done that whilst you're going into the corner, because it can unsettle the car under braking. You kind of need the air to be there as a bit of resistance. Now, into the second sector, Ruby goes on his lap. Now, through this very long, sweeping left-hander, very good racing line through there, good not to catch the curb, and again, another long, sweeping left-hander, not going wide there, as many drivers do, getting caught out. Now, the hardest part of the track, as it's where everyone gets track limits, and Ruby gets it very solidly. He crosses the line, and that's P8, a fantastic result for the Ferrari driver. I'm sure he will drop down the grid, however, he's just shown there that he's definitely going to be higher on the grid than he was last season. Right, we've got Blackberry on a lap right now. Bram goes on to provisional pole with 9 minutes left. Blackberry P6 just behind his teammate. Mercedes are going to look like they've got two drivers that are going to be fighting a lot this season. Only 5 hundredths of a second separate them. We've got Bas on a lap right now. We do also have Felix and Zouye on a lap, but let's stay on board with Bas as he has not set one yet. Goodness me, Bram into the 103s along with Index. Very impressive from those two drivers. Haven't seen lap times in the 103s yet, but Bas is about to cross the line, and it's P8 for Bas, pushing Beast and Ruby down one, and Felix, Mihai and 1000 Korn. But Bas P8, very, very good from the McLaren driver in this what's quite a tight pack this season. Gabri looking like he's trying to destroy his tyres. Interesting choice of strategy, Gabri. Right. Who's on a lap right now? We've got Shazad, who's just started a lap. Leon also has just started a lap. It's Index has just finished his lap. But let's get on board with Shazad. We haven't seen much. Oh, no, Shazad's definitely not on a lap. But Beast is, by the looks of things. Our former world champion here. As we have the defending world champion will so far be starting from P15. But it looks like he'll be starting from P17 if Gabri and Ducky are able to set laps. Goodness me, Beast really pushing it round the track now. You can properly see the Alfa Romeo on its limit, or the Sauber now. It still is the Alfa Romeo for us. Won't be until the new F1 2024 game. He doesn't improve on that lap. Oh no, he does, but not by enough to move him up the grid. Mihai is on a lap, and Mihai just going into the third sector, weaving there. It doesn't look like he's on a very good lap, so he's obviously going to enter the pit lane. Gabri on a lap now, going into the third sector. Pedal to the metal now into those final two illustrious corners that catch everyone out here in Austria. Yet to see someone actually caught out by them though. And it's P9 for Gabri. Very, very good lap for the Haas. That will mean that Luca, Joseph File and Danny start 17, 18 and 19. We've got 1000 Korn in the gravel doing a Carlos Sainz. Darky looks like he's just done a lap, and Beast now entering the pit lane. We've also got Gabri on an in lap as well. Aiden has just started a lap, I think, and we're looking at what Aiden can do this season. He's actually currently beating Blackberry, which is not peculiar, but it shows a lot to Aiden if he's improved by that much. That's me. Aiden fastest in the middle sector there. Round into the third sector. Let's see how he goes. Round the final corner. Catches the curb just enough. And he crosses the line to go P4. Good improvement. Williams showing their authority over the Mercedes. Zouye, I think on a possible in-lap. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be on an in-lap. But this is an incredibly interesting grid as our top three drivers. I think it's only Bram there who's scored a podium. Index might have scored a podium as well, but Zouye in the top three. Ruby is about to cross the line actually, and he's 5/10 slower. What's our biggest gap between drivers other than Aiden and Luca? Because Luca has retired. Right. So we've got the 2 Hasses. What do you call it? That's about 7 cars in between them. We've got 11 cars in between Ruby and Bram. Yeah, it's definitely our biggest difference in drivers has to be between Bram and Ruby, who is on his in-lap right now. Most of the drivers in the pits, except for Mihai, who I assume has forgotten to turn his ERS off on this lap, as he is using it. Oh, goes wide. That Red Bull looks very dirty. Leon looking to give Mihai possibly a slipstream for his start. Or are they just going together? Index retires from the session. 1000 Corn also retires from the session, and Gabri gets a 5-place grid penalty. It looks like there might have been an incident there on track, but Leon doesn't look like he's giving anyone a slipstream now. As DRS wide open, pedal to the floor, he goes flat out down into turn 3. Ooh, just going a little bit wide there. Let's get on board with Mihai, see if he can do any better. Looking like he was going to try and get a slipstream from his teammate there, but that would entail a bit of rally driving. And Mihai taking quite a tight line through there. Ooh. If that is how he's driving around the entire track, I understand why he's last right now. Because that was some dodgy looking driving. Goodness me, we've got Felix on one hell of a lap right now. He's 2 tenths up on his, well, he's improved by 2 tenths on his time. Oh, what a catch! What a catch through there. That was magnificent. And he improves on that lap. Well done, Felix. Well done. Did he improve? Sorry, I don't know if he did. What a catch. Huh. Has Leon just been stopped on track? Because I swear this is where he was last time I looked. Right, sorry. Qualifying is actually over now. Shazad's just crossed the line. He's gone P3. We've got a Haas crossing the line. Let's get on board with the McLaren of Bas. No, he's just on an in-lap. Zwie is about to cross the line, sorry. That's P2 for Zwie. We've got a Red Bull of Mihai about to cross the line. And then we've got a Mercedes of Oliver who's about to cross the line. Mihai goes P13. We've got 2 Ferraris on their way. Bram's invalidated, and it's Ruby. All eyes on Ruby in the Ferrari garage, as he's the only one to finish a lap. As he crosses the line, goes P12. We have an Alpine that has invalidated. Yeah, that seems to be it. Bas has unfortunately invalidated his lap. And this will be our starting grid for the first round of Austria. Apologies for the lack of commentating on the front of the grid and the battle for pole position. There was a lot to talk about in the first race back, and it was actually an exciting battle for pole. So I do apologise for the lack of focus on the top three. So, ladies and gentlemen, your starting grid for today. Bram on pole position by not a lot, 10 hundredths of a second separating the top two. Index P3, Shazad P4, Aidan P5, Oliver in 6th, Gabri in 7th with a 5-place grid penalty. Ultimate Beast in P8, Blackberry P9, Boss P10, Felix P11, Ruby P12, Leon P13, Mihai P14, Darky P15, Thousand Corn P16, Luca 17th, Josephine 18th, and Danny Van Ruyten in 19th. It's going to be one hell of a grid to commentate on today, as it's just me, and we have 19 drivers. And it's a full wet race. This is going to be fantastic. Oh, wow. If there is a reset, I will be thoroughly disappointed, because I cannot wait to watch the absolute chaos unfold. Let's get ready for the Austrian Grand Prix. Round 1. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we've had a few jump starts. Oh! And it's chaos at the start. We've got many positions moving. Bram with a horrible start. We've already got a virtual safety car. There's loads of drivers spinning off. And yeah, there'll be a restart for this. This is unbelievable. I have no idea what's gone on here. And this is the horrible sort of things that, again, make the league look absolutely ridiculous. Wow. Wow. Right. Well... Aidan leads the Austrian Grand Prix. Already, it's a full safety car. I'm going to pause this. Sort themselves out. Well, welcome back after they've decided to fix whatever brain damage that last restart, well, not restart, last start was. And we're going to do the Austrian Grand Prix for realsies this time. Just going to check that mic audio is still going through. Yep, it is. Well, 3 of you have decided to stay, and I really cannot blame you. So let's get right into this. Whatever this is. And again, it's wet. Said that last time. And, yeah. And we're restarting. I wish that either you fixed the problem before the race began, or, you know, because you waste time talking before the start of the race, and you build up to this big start of the race, and then when it actually happens, it's not exciting whatsoever, and the actual race is kind of boring because of the butchered race start, and it happens so many times. This is such a pain to commentate on, and it's such a pain to do it right. Like, I can't use the same energy. I mean, there wasn't much energy regarded in the first take because I'm quite tired. However, I can't use the same amount of energy and excitement that I would have used in the first start than this start. Right, and we have 5 red lights, and we're off. Right, and that's pretty much. Not a... Oh, we've got some positions at the back changing. We've got Leon dropping down, moving back up. Oh, we've got lots of moving around the grid. Aiden's retired from the session. Aiden is out. We've got Gabry's been spun around. Aiden is out the session. We've got a virtual safety car. That was a chaotic start. Now it's a full safety car. 5-second time penalty for Darky. I think there's a 5-second time penalty for 1000 Corn as well. And yeah, Bram leads. There's so let's see, position changes. We've got Luca, who's made up 7 positions on that start, the most of anyone. Leon's made up 1 position. Danny Van Ruyten's made up 6 positions. Gabry's lost 11 after his incident. Ruby's lost 5. Mihai's lost 2. We've got Bas and Felix making up 3 positions. And we've got Index into the pit lane. No, we haven't. We've got Shazad into the pit lane, overtaking everyone, because it's the pit lane at Austria. Well, safety car on lap 2 of the Austrian Grand Prix at GFRL. Few drivers into the pit lane, 7 their penalties. 1000 Corn has not pit. Leon into the points. Luca has jumped ahead of Leon in all of that mess. Well, he's jumped ahead of a lot of drivers. Still got some people going through that final sector, and a Darky, not final sector, just going into the second sector. It's very unfortunate for Aiden. That start, that was not be what he wants to start the season off. got Joseph File into the pits. They've gone on to the medium tyre. Now, I've seen insanity before. However, I do not know what this is. I'm greatly confused by this choice in tyre. I do think this may be slightly a mistake, and if it is purposeful, well, Shazad also on the medium tyre. Anyone else accidentally been put onto the medium tyre? Why are AlphaTauri on the medium tyre? What do they know? What do they know? Are they cooking, or are they, you know, just scraping the dog bowl into the bin? Because that's what it looks like. This does not look like any type of cooking I've ever seen. Those medium tyres are soggy and wet, and it looks like those cars are just going to crash when they try and start driving. Some drivers. Swapping positions up and down the grid. Why are AlphaTauri? I still can't get over this. Why are they on the medium tyre? It does look like there's actually a dry line forming. It's not very strong, but there is one there. And you should be able to see it. I just think that safety car is not going to be out long enough for conditions to change. And if it is, they're going to need that car out for at least another lap and a half before this track starts to dry out, and it's coming in this lap. So I just don't see this happening. I think the crossover period could be... Oh wow. This may be a cook. AlphaTauri have cooked. Now, it's going to take a few laps. Jesus Christ, what is this? We get another for ready for another Felix 1 season of starts. There needs to be a minimum speed. I'm sorry, 70 kilometers an hour is not quick enough. We're going 60 now. We've got some drivers having to go 50 or even... That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Honestly, ridiculous. We've got Luca making up a position on Gabri, on Blackberry. We've got Leon and Reuten switching places. However, we've got the AlphaTauris now. Not able to push yet. However, if they can... Shazad's pitting. Service penalty. Is he staying on the... He's going... That's still a slick tyre. AlphaTauri have actually might have cooked here. It didn't look like it at first. They're going to be slow, but they're going to win this in the long game. On this stint, they will win. Joseph File will end up leading this race when... I mean, it's starting to dry now. That's dry. It's just about staying in the race and survival for Joseph Ville and Shazad, and if everyone pits, Shazad will be in the intermediate, still the quickest tyre right now by a long shot. I don't see it staying like that for long. Dozen corn into the pits. Shazad's going around. It is drying out, it's just not drying out quick enough. And I think the tyres are being damaged more. Look. This is interesting. I genuinely have no idea what way this is going to go. It weirdly looks like they may have cooked. However, I see it as incredibly likely that it just won't dry out for them quick enough, like they were expecting it to. I'm figuring they expected it to be dry by now. It's not. Nowhere near from dry tyres yet. I'd still be out in the intermediate. However, it is dry. Leon losing a position, then making it back up. Oh, right, just the pit lane. P9 is in the pits right now. Yep, Blackberry onto the slick tyre. This would be the right point to go on that slick tyre now, I think, if you want a really early call. This is a really interesting strategy that people have been taking. Bast and the Aston Martin battling it out. And if we go back down the grid, with Mihai and the Aston Martin behind him, and Ruby. Looks like something could come of this. All getting very close there. We've got Oliver overtaking Index right at the front of the grid. However, it looks like we might have something right here. Bram is into the pits. Looks like everyone's swapping to the intermediate tyres. Oh, very interesting from Darky there. Yeah, many drivers into the pits now. Definitely wanting those slick tyres, as drivers like Joseph Ville are really going to profit from this now as he sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Goodness me, he's made up a lot of time there. The only people in front of them have to pit. And Bram, he is only 2 seconds down the road, but Joseph Ville effectively leads this race. Oh, he's getting a bit of a lack of grip there. Shazad on that tyre. 1000 corn with a 3-second time penalty. Shazad's overtaking 1000 corn. Into turn 3 goes. We had an overtake there with Oliver, Luca on Oliver as he's just gone wide there. We've got the top 3 into the pits. Darky, ooh, that's interesting. Blackberry Hall's been given a 3-second time penalty for track limits. However, Joseph Ville officially leads the Austrian Grand Prix on lap 9. After that, might I say, masterclass strategy, because it has worked out in favour of him. He is leading the Grand Prix, but he is under attack from the Ferrari of Bram. So he needs to watch out. Leon's maintained position fairly well from that. Blackberry losing out a tiny bit there. Shazad obviously losing out a lot after his incident with oh, I don't remember. Sorry. We've got Beast up into P8. Good race from him so far. And we've got Mihai and the Alpine. The Alpine and the Red Bull switching places with Mihai's teammate, long way up the road, closer to Blackberry than he is to the Alpine. Ooh, that'll be a track limits warning. However, Mihai is closing and closing on that Alpine. Ooh, looks like there was a bit of a snap there. That Alpine's just gone wide as well, but the Red Bull is going to have DRS. Hang on, let's get to the front of the grid quickly. We've got Bram, overtaking Joseph File for the lead of the race. However, we've got Luca as well, who's going to make it past and just get past Joseph File. We've got Mihai, who looks like he's just gone off the track and has failed to make that overtake on Felix. Felix has overtaken Gabri. We've got Van Ruijten overtaking Zwie. However, Zwie looks like there might be a opportunity to fight back. Maybe not. Now Ruijten has his eyes set on the AlphaTauri of Joseph File, and he's going for it. He's going to have DRS and the ERS to attack this lap as he slowly moves that McLaren away. He sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but it's taken away from him by Beast. That AlphaTauri looks like he's struggling a lot. The Aston Martin versus the AlphaTauri up the straight, DRS assisted overtake. Very textbook maneuver. However, it's Ferrari versus Williams. How much do you get to say that in league racing? I mean, probably a lot more than they do in real life. Bram overtakes Luca for the lead after Luca had taken the lead away from him. And this looks like it might be interesting. Joseph File has retired from the session. Don't know what has happened there. And it's a safety car. What's happened with Joseph File? It just looks like he's been either pushed or he's spun off into the wall. Unfortunate race for Joseph File, as some of the strongest drivers in the midfield finished both 19th and 18th now from the last few seasons. We've got Van Ruijten and Luca into the pit lane. Bram stays out. Maybe they're looking to go to the end of the race on the hard tyre. Let's see how Aston Martin do this pit stop. And it is the hard tyre that goes on. They are looking to do a two-stop this weekend. Luca in the Williams. Leon actually might get past both of them. He does, into P6, wow. Leon defending that position, making sure that Luca wasn't able to get out of the pits in front of him. It's a driver who obviously cares, and it's good to see that. Bas in P5, he's made up positions, and so is Leon, to be fair. We've got Beast in P4. It's been a while since we've seen him up this far in the grid. Last time I saw Beast this far up the grid, I was scoring small points in Season 1 for Haas, so it's come a long way. Yeah, Bram does effectively lead the race, however, he obviously needs another pit stop. But I'm thinking that there could be another safety car. All the drivers trying to bunch back up. So if Bram pit now, he'd probably come out around P14, P15. No, it would definitely be, yeah, P15. He'd come out. Well then, as all the drivers form up, we've only got 2 more to meet up with the rest of the pack. Should be expecting the safety car to be in this lap if they can all catch up. However, I don't think that's going to be the case, as Shazad is quite far behind, almost 20 seconds from the pack. They would really have to slow down for him to catch them. However, do you know what? I think he might do it. He is pushing. I can tell from that massive snap that he's just had going through turn 1. almost going through the corner sideways, but that gap's now 11 seconds, so he'll definitely be able to make this up, as he's just done 9 on that straight. Now, yes, lap 13 of the Austrian Grand Prix. Bram has been leading for a majority of this race, however, he has shown signs of attack and struggle in times against Luca. Now, it will be one hell of a task for Luca. No, it won't, sorry, I don't know why I'm on about that. Luca will quite easily pass all these drivers, and then we are going to have another lap of the safety car by the looks of it. Which will in fact mean that very easy for these hard tyre runners to finish the race on that compound. Finish the race on that compound. So, goodness me, Shazad's pitting again. We can't be having this. Come on, just catch up to the pack and do your thing. So, Black 3000 corner and Shazad with penalties. I think they're all 3 second time penalties. Yes, all for track limits. So, that would mean a few drivers would definitely move up a bit. But goodness me, the difference between the Red Bull of Mihai and the Red Bull of Leon. To be fair, the Ferraris have a massive gap. We've got a very, very big skill gap in between the drivers there. I think it would be better if maybe what should you call it? I don't know. It's hard to state because there's no real teammates around. Oh, Jesus Christ. Bram slowing the pack down too much. Again, it's proving very dangerous. As we've got cars off in the distance, and I think that is actually a retirement. And we've got another safety car, I think. It says there's a safety car. There isn't. Safety car is over. We've got drivers into the pits. This needs to be stopped. Shazad now retires from the session after that contact. Joseph File has left. He retired a long time ago. Commitment for staying. Well done. Caution in the first and third sectors. Now just in the first. Goodness me. Sorry, this is hell. We've got Ruby being overtaken by Mihai, but it looks like Ruby isn't going to have any of this and is going to make a move down the inside. That was very late, but that's probably why nothing really came of that. That was incredibly late decision to make, and it didn't look... Oh! And that's Mihai spinning like Lance Stroll, or Nicholas Latifi, or Nikita Mazepin. Leon dropping down the grid a bit. Goodness me, being squeezed by that Aston Martin. Very aggressive there. Leon with 3 second time penalty. Full track limits. However, he's going to try and fight this. The Aston Martin getting a 3 second time penalty as well. As far as penalties go, Leon's actually fairly safe here. Because most of the drivers surrounding him. Oh! And down the inside, he's going to try and go with the Aston Martin, and he gets the move done. Wow. Oh no, but the Aston Martin is actually coming back at him. But not for long, Leon says, as he snatches that position back, and down the inside he goes. But it looks like an Aston Martin is looking for a switchback here, but nothing comes from it. And the Red Bull of... Oh! As they've touched... The Aston Martin's just hit the rear diffuser of the Red Bull. That's... Leon's going to be quite angry about that. Looks like the Aston Martin's looking for a move around the outside, but nothing is able to come of it, and the Aston Martin goes wide again as he's chasing that Red Bull, and he's chasing it, and he's chasing it. He moves to the right. He's looking for an opportunity to go down the inside, but there isn't one. Now he's going to have the DRS. It looked like Blackberry went for a bit of a dive bomb there, but just outbraked himself. The DRS is going to help that Aston Martin up the hill, but still tries to go around the outside, and nothing is able to come for the Aston Martin driver, as Leon has some good defending, pushing that Aston Martin wide. But the Aston Martin looks like he's going to go round the outside of the Red Bull. But again, Leon says no, as now he's got to go round the outside of the Aston Martin, and he does it, showing excellent driving skills from the Red Bull driver. That was fantastic. Leon is really showing a bit of a masterclass in defending here against the Aston Martin driver. However, this 3-second time penalty is definitely going to affect him. Luca has just made up a position on Zwie for P3. And Oliver overtaking Bram for the lead of the race. Let's quickly get on board with our leaders here. Oliver, Bram and Luca, who have all really been fighting for the lead this weekend. Let's see if anything's going to come of this, because Bram looks like he's not going to leave it at Oliver having a simple overtake. Oh, there's a big snap from the Mercedes there, as Bram is now going to have a bit of a run on the Mercedes driver as he's trying to find that right line to take to try and get that better exit speed instead of that entry speed, because that's all what you need to get that overtake done. It's getting that exit speed over your over the person you're racing and getting in front of them. But it looks like Luca is the one with a quicker exit speed now with DRS and ERS, as he's almost bump drafting the Ferrari, putting himself in a bit of an awkward situation there, trying to go round the outside of the Ferrari. Bit incapable of doing anything as he's boxed in. There's really not much of a move that Luca can make here. He almost has to play a bit of a waiting game, unless this opportunity for him is going to show anything, but it's not. And Bram is going to be able to make an overtake on Oliver, but Oliver tries going around the outside, but it's not enough, and the Ferrari leads again on lap 19 as Bram goes into sector 2, now into sector 3 with style. However, Luca has made it up. Oh, both the drivers getting a big snap going through that corner, and Luca had overtaken Oliver. However, nothing was able to come of it, I'm afraid. However, Luca's now going to have DRS, and now so is Oliver. And there's going to be a bit of a DRS train form. Darky gets a 3-second time penalty, which is unfortunate. Looks like Blackberry's made up positions. He's P9 now. Leon's dropped down to P10. Ruby has moved up to P12. Blackberry's received another 3-second time penalty, which I think puts him on about 6 seconds now if we look at the data. Yes, it does. Darky and Blackberry and Felix all on 6 seconds, whereas Leon on the 3. He's going to prosper massively from his other drivers' mistakes. Hadn't realised this in the Grand Prix so far. However, Leon is running the Max Verstappen helmet in the Red Bull. I think I should be worried, because we could have something happen. Bas looking like a bit of a track limits warning he probably would have got there. However, the top 6 have bunched up massively now, with Beast only a few tenths behind Zwie, and Bas basically on the rear end of Beast. All of them in a bit of a DRS train. Luca is attacking Bram, and Bram is definitely under threat here, as Luca on the fresher tyre, the harder compound but the fresher tyre, is going to have DRS, and that's a very late move going into turn 3. Is he able to do it? They're wheel to wheel now on the straight, going into the second sector. Who's going to be last on the brakes? Is it going to be Bram? Is it going to be Luca? It's Luca as he takes the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix on lap 21. And that's the end of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Luca leads and wins the Drivers' Championship. No, I'm joking. Bram has put up an excellent fight there. However, he is going to have to pit again by the looks of things. He's got yellow flags there. Darky. Oh, he spun coming out of the second sector. And, oh, very unfortunate for the Aston Martin. Ruby's going to score points here after just getting past that Alpine. And if he can make up 2 seconds on Leon, he will get... Oh, God, that penalty is going to affect him harshly in the race. 11 seconds now. Well, as much as we thought that Luca may get away with this entirely, Bram is showing that even though his old tyres may be severely worn now, and he still has another 14 laps to go on them, he's not done yet. We've got Gabri, who's spun going into the similar place to where the Aston Martin spun, just a few corners behind. That second sector's looking fairly dangerous for the drivers here. Bram now going to have DRS that he's more so using as a defensive strategy now more than anything. Felix with another time penalty for track limits. Bram honestly using everything or anything that he's got in that car, using all of his rubber, all of his ERS, all of his DRS to try and catch Luca, and it actually might look like he has a chance. However, I just don't think it's enough. That gap's too big. Index with a 3-second time penalty, and Felix has retired from the session, and that's a safety car. Wow. I was not expecting that. Wow. Yeah, that Alpine, don't know what he did, don't know if he retired in the pits or on track. However, definitely a bad day for Alpine, as they had only one driver appear. Oh, Luca into the pits, Bram and Oliver into the pits. This is Bram's... Oh, heavy on the brakes. Felix has left. This leaves us with 14 drivers here. Who's going to be first out the pits? Luca in that Williams garage right at the end. On to the medium tyre there. Oh, but he's held for long. He's held for a long time. Oh, no, he's not. Alright, okay. The game has decided to show me him left for a long time, and then all of a sudden teleporting out of the pit lane, which is wonderful. Anyway, as Luca... not a threat in the world for that penalty. Index with getting that 5-second time penalty as well. Leon P8 after pitting on that lap. Most of the grid on fresh tyres by the looks of things. Yeah, except for Index. Bas and Gabri thinking that they can do the 12 laps on the soft tyres. They probably can. They probably can. Aston Martin retires in the session as well. Goodness me, a lot of retirements for today. Luca leads with Bram just behind him and Oliver as well. Top 3 drivers so far this race, for performance anyway. Well, for speed, lap time should I say, more so than performance, because if we're going off performance, I'd like to quickly talk about 3 drivers that I've seen do incredibly well this race. The first one is Beast, starting quite low down the grid and making up quite a few positions there. 3 to be exact. we've also got Blackberry making up 3 positions from where he was. Ooh, Ruby into the pits. We've got Bas, who's also made up 3 positions, but that wasn't a driver that I did want to talk about. The other driver I did want to talk about, of course, is Mr. NL Goat Barn, Leon, as you guys know him, making up 5 positions. Danny Royton has made up 9 positions as well, starting from the back of the grid. However, I do feel like that was a choice made by the driver, similar to Luca. And to be fair, Luca has made up 16 positions, and that is no bias to him or in any way. But Luca is definitely a driver who is able to make up those 16 positions. Whereas drivers like Beast and Blackberry and Leon, they have to fight quite aggressively for a lot of these races to hold on to positions, as the middle of the grid is very tight. However, we're going to see how tight the top half of the grid is for these last few laps. We've only got 11 left. These medium tyres are well more than well equipped enough to deal with the pressure they're about to receive from these top 3, maybe 4 with Zwie. Who knows, maybe Beast could even get involved, and Blackberry if things go a little crazy. And God knows, if the top 7 drivers DNF'd, you've got a Leon win on your hands. Anyway, Oliver with a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Luca is away, and he's caught almost all of the drivers off guard as he leads by 0.6 of a second. Oliver chasing down Bram, but I don't think that's the right decision to make. As honestly, Oliver's just going to lose out by battling here. He more so just needs to maintain his position and keep it calm, as battling with other drivers is going to make him lose time and lose positions. We've got Blackberry just a bit further back from Beast. However, we've got Bas on the back of Blackberry's tail. And Beast getting close to Zwie. However, Bram has started to lose some time from Luca. However, he is gaining it. Royton gets another 3-second time penalty by the looks of things. How many is that now? Oh, it's only 3. Luca gets a 3-second time penalty. Wow. Mihai gets a 3-second time penalty. I can't say I'm exactly surprised about that, but I am surprised about Luca. This does open up the winner of this Grand Prix wide open. Bas making up positions. Same with Gabri there. Looks like we've got a lot going down in that big pack there. Leon and Royton wheel to wheel right now. Let's have a look. Both on 3-second time penalties, so it's not absolutely a massive problem for the both of them. However, obviously it's going to affect them when racing Gabri. However, if they've let Gabri by, I think that was a definite wise decision there by the drivers, just to let him go, as he's doing a very good job right now. Very good recovery drive on those soft tyres. DRS has been enabled. We've got a lot of drivers fairly close together. Only 0.3 separating. Now 0.4, 0.5, Gabri and Van Royton, as he's locking up very heavily into that corner. However, it's not affected him that much, and if anything, it's benefited him, as he's been able to get incredibly close to the Haas there. Index has just made up a position on Leon. However, I don't know if Leon's going to let this be the end of it, as he looked like he had a bit of a run there. However, Index was very good at shutting that door on him. Leon had a very good race, however it seems this last safety car just hasn't been what he needed in this Grand Prix. He's going to have the DRS though to recover a bit, and Index is in fact low on ERS. Ultimate Beast has received a 3-second time penalty there. And do you know what? Leon's coming back at Index here. Someone who was just qualified up the top of the grid and was considered as a possible chance for the race win this weekend. It looks like Leon just went a little deep into that corner, but it doesn't matter. And he... Ooh! What's happened with Index there? It didn't look like Leon suffered any contact. Oh! Index purposefully causes a safety car there. That was very much a purposefully caused safety car. That will be investigated by the stewards at the end of the race. That's... Oh, that's too quick. Wow. I thought that was a definite penalty there. 6 laps, Luca and Beast pitting. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I didn't see think anyone else would go into the pits. I would stay out and see if I can defend. However, Jesus Christ, that crash from Index, big no-no, big no-no. I see no reason why Brown can't quite easily win this race now, with both of his opponents that he's had this weekend having 3-second time penalties. Same with Zwie. Zwie could genuinely be an option for the winner of this race. Mihai with another 3-second time penalty. Someone will have to have a look into that and see how much Gabri has prospered from this. If that was a bit of a Crashgate situation for Haas, because that was incredibly suspicious. I mean, Gabri doesn't look like he's profited too much from that crash. However, it was just the fact that it was such a purposefully caused DNF. There must have been some sort of contact between him and Leon, Index and Leon, for there to be that much anger to want to crash the car. And yeah, it's very interesting. Definite steward investigation into that conflict there, whatever's happened. And well, this race is going to be one hell of a sprint to finish. Blackberry's left the session. Oh. That may have been a technical error for Blackberry. And there's certainly the hope that he will be back. As you don't want him to be disqualified from the race for finishing it in AI. It'd be very unfortunate. Well, we've had 7 retirements. One of them maybe being very suspicious. Blackberry's left the session again. It's going to be very worrying for Blackberry. Anyway, safety car is about to go in. Oliver leads. Very slow. We need to have a discussion about this, about driving slow, because it's getting dangerous. We've had many drivers losing their front wings under times like this because of how slow these cars have been going and cooling down the tyres too much. As the only person who prospers, yes, it is the race leader, and obviously that is the purpose of doing a start on the safety car, is to benefit you as the race leader. However, it's getting dangerous, this. We've got Ruby making up a position on Mihai at the back of the grid. Luca making a position on Oliver, who I reckon is going to go quite defensive here. That Oliver may be under the wallet of Luca there. Maybe doing a bit of Carlando teamwork like we saw in Singapore, two teams fighting for the better of one. However, it doesn't look like that is what's happening. Used all of his ERS that he could possibly use on this lap. Haven't seen that in a while. All deploy used. But Bram now chasing down Luca, as we'll have DRS next lap, but not this lap. And Bram really has to do everything to stay within those 3 seconds of Luca to win this Grand Prix. And I genuinely don't know if he'll be able to do it. Beast has actually made up a position on Oliver now. Oh! That's goodness me. Sorry, Beast and Oliver there getting extremely caught up as Van Ruyten goes round the outside. Beast not being given much of an option other than to try and back out of that, but it looks like Oliver's lost out more than he did. Big contact. The position back on the Aston Martin as he goes into P4. Now he's got his eyes set on Zwie. With 2 laps remaining, can Luca pull out the impossible and gap Bram by 2 seconds in 2 laps? I've seen it done before. Doesn't mean it's going to happen though. Got Oliver there making up a position on Gabri on that bit of a recovery. Blackberry rejoining, unfortunately, in P12 for the Mercedes driver. It's very unfortunate for him. He's 3 seconds behind everyone else with only 2 laps to go. Mihai leaves the session. Ooh. Oh, and there's contact. Beast spun around by Van Ruyten as he's given almost no space when going round there. Oh, very unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo there as Blackberry is back, funnily enough. Oh, Beast having to pit there. See how this pit stop's going to go for him, as it doesn't look like there's much else going up and down the grid other than Gabri making a position back on Oliver. New soft tyres for Beast, as Blackberry now has to make the best of a bad situation and see if he can score 1 point by catching Mihai. But it looks like Gabri and Oliver are having one hell of a battle here. Oh goodness me, Gabri being pushed as wide as he can possibly go, and there wasn't much wider he could have been pushed by Oliver. Flat out, both of them go into the 3rd sector, reaching almost the car's top speed before hitting the brakes. But that Haas is going to have its DRS. Ooh, Oliver having a big snap there. And Gabri is going to look like he's going to make a move down into turn 1. And to grab P6. Van Ruyten and Zouye looking like they're having a bit of a battle. Oliver's just re-overtaken Gabri on the straight there. However, these two look like they're having a bit of a scrap. It is the final lap of the race, and goodness me, Bram only has 0.7 of a second left of that time he's allowed to lose before Luca wins, and there's only 2 corners for Luca to complete as he goes wide on one of them. And there's nothing that Luca can do as he wins the Grand Prix, but Bram takes the victory of the first race of the season due to his penalty. Bram comes first to secure, I think it's his first victory in GFRL. It is his first victory in GFRL. We're going to go with that. Luca in second, Zouye in third, Danny van Ruijten in P4, Gabri P5. Excellent performance by Gabri in those final laps. Bas P6, Ruby P7, Oliver P8. In P9 there, and couldn't see who came 10th. I hope Blackberry was able to get the recovery that he needed. I think Bram Blackberry has left the session after an unfortunate race. And it's a Ferrari, a McLaren and a Williams on the podium. When was the last time that happened in real life? Anyway, this is your finishing grid for today as Bram wins with 25 points, Luca in second with 19 points, snatching that fastest lap, Zouye in third, Danny van Ruijten in P4 on his debut race. Nothing, fantastic race from him, there's nothing to be disappointed about after that. Gabri in P5, an excellent recovery in those last few laps after an unfortunate race. Bas in P6, an excellent race from him. Ruby in P7, starting P12. Honestly, that was a great race from Ruby. Oliver in P8, Leon P9, Blackberry in P10, getting that final point. Mihai P11 and Beast P12. These are our retirees, and we'll move on to the post-race interviews now, if they'd be willing on being interviewed, that is. So we'll get our top 3, which I'm fairly sure was Zouye, Bas and Luca. Not Bas. Zouye, Luca and Bram. If I search Bram, these are all new drivers on the podium. So if we invite Bram, we can invite Bram, we can invite, who else? Welcome. Sorry, I just need to get everyone else who was on the podium in the...
I can invite Luca if you want.
Thank you. However, I can't...
What was the other guy? The McLaren, right?
I think it was Zouye, because Bas...
I invited them already.
Alright,
oh,
okay.
Okay. That's okay.
As Luca. Right, well, we'll start off with the winner. And what a fantastic win.
Bobby.
No.
Well, Bram's going to get a fat penalty because of the restart. It's just not allowed.
It's funny that he's so angry because he can't win.
Well, I did win on track, starting last. So.
Yeah.
Bram,
yes.
if you do get a penalty for that restart, Luca's restart, might I add, equally deserving of a penalty. So,
Mine? What did I do?
You were both below. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, it's with the steward's opinion. However,
That was,
you were.
I didn't go slow. That was Oliver.
Oliver was that.
All right.
That wasn't me.
Well, it was the
fair
same,
enough.
so...
The point is,
don't care.
all three of you were very slow. But the point at the end of the day is you lost and Bram won. No matter what the stewards have said, your penalty has meant that you came second. But yes, Bram, this is your first win, if I am correct.
So, I don't know. Can be. Yeah, I think so.
I was about to say, because you had a race in the Netherlands, I think.
Oh yeah, then I fucked it up.
But you didn't win. You got a good podium.
No, I didn't win.
But yeah, fantastic race today. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
you and Ruby actually had the biggest gap of drivers at the start of the race.
Can you shut up? I got a bit of confidence from the P7 because I didn't earn it, but now you knocked my confidence again. Thank you.
What do you mean you didn't deserve it?
I just need to
Because
show.
everyone ahead of me DNF'd.
I just need to show who's the first
10
driver.
people DNF'd or something.
Right. Well, watch the stream back. You might regain a bit of confidence.
Okay.
But yeah, Bram, excellent race. Other than the restarts, of course, they were a bit dodgy. But how was it from your point of view?
Nah, it was not fast enough, but I somehow managed to get into 3 seconds of Luca. So yeah, happy.
That was impressive in itself, staying within 3 seconds of Luca, because
I
at
was
the
a bit
end,
surprised too.
at the end of the race, there was 2 laps to go, and there was a 1.2 second gap between the both of you, and I said, Luca would have to pull 2 seconds on you to win this race.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've actually seen him do that, so I wouldn't count him out.
Yeah.
Invite Oliver for the podium.
What?
For the debrief. He asked.
Oh,
I don't know why.
okay. Well,
Hey, Oliver was, by the way, very annoying at the restart. He just let Luca through and he held me up. So
if you
don't
look back
care,
at the
but-
stream, I do actually say I think Oliver might be in Luca's wallet here because
yeah.
because he kind of just let him through so easily and just started defending quite aggressively.
If he held up Bram for one, if Bram didn't pass him, I would have won the race.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think too.
Because he was so much slower. He was like a second in the middle.
I was. Yeah, he was. I wasn't expecting the big tire advantage between the medium and the soft.
Congratulations on your race, obviously. First win
Yeah, thanks.
and everything. First race of the season as well. So technically you lead the Drivers' Championship. So
You sure?
That's fun to hear.
Yeah?
Can you do a little research for me?
Yes, I can.
Will Ferrari lead the constructors?
I think so.
Biggest leap in one race time, P10 to P1.
Wait, did Aiden also leave GFRL? Like the server?
Yeah, Aiden left. Bro was
What?
race quitting. Yeah.
Did he leave the server?
Yeah, I think so.
Some people.
No, he's still in the server. He left the game.
Nope.
Well,
I
can
see in traffic, Aiden and Index left. Down.
Oh, yeah, he
to
left.
drives. Now actually Tip went back from retirement.
Well, that's unfortunate because Aiden is obviously a good driver in this league, and we've just lost a good midfield driver. But if he wants to leave, then fair enough. Well, Williams and Haas will probably have to find 2 new drivers. But I don't blame Index for leaving because I think he would have received a race ban after his incident.
What did he do?
Well, there was a bit of an incident between him and Leon, and I do think Leon might have just caught Index's maybe front tyre and spun him round. However, Index drove into the wall purposefully, bringing out that safety car at the end, which
What a dickhead.
may have slightly prospered the other driver of Gabri, which is the other Haas. And I'm not calling Crashgate or anything, but you know, it was a little suspicious.
Okay.
Cosmic.
Yes.
Did you see the sand on Gnabry? Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Fuck you.
No. Right. Sorry. We'll do this in order. Now, we're going to talk to the championship defender, the guy who came second. I'm just going to say that again. The guy who came second, Luca.
He's gonna win the championship anyway. This
Yeah, I
doesn't
know.
change anything.
Man, I'm starting every race from the back to have some more competition.
But yeah, Luca, obviously excellent race today. It was just that penalty there that it seemed almost every driver got except for Bram. Yeah. Is there anything on your part that you want to talk about? Because obviously you had a very similar race to Bram, making up, I think it was like, 16 positions or something like that.
Yeah, it's just first of all, there should be a rule about not catching the safety car, because I think Suzette did it a few times.
Yeah, I agree.
Not catching on purpose, that should be an instant pen. And then, I know it's coming back to it, there should be a minimal speed for safety car restarts, because I know Bram will go like 30 or 20. That's insane.
It is a problem that I had when I was driving GFRL, was safety car restarts being just so painfully slow.
Yeah, but when where I was looking for Bram's restart, I was like 7th or so, I don't know. And I saw him go, so I went. Then there was a few big gaps.
Yeah.
And then I'm like 5th gear, full throttle. Then I have to slam on the brakes. Danny hits my rear, loses his front wing. I think Leon also lost his front wing.
Yeah.
There should be a minimal speed, and you can't just go like from 250 back to 100, because that causes incidents like this.
I do think a minimal speed would be incredibly hard to
taking it into
enforce.
account will probably be a rule from next race.
Yeah, I was about to say a minimum
But
speed.
it won't be a penalty now then, because it's not a rule. But then from next race onwards it will.
Well, people will probably report it because of the.
Yeah, they probably will, but it would.
It's like in Austria, when the safety car is in, it takes like a year. It's so slow that you need to go like 20 if you want to go early.
Nah, because I went like minimum like of 90 or something, and I was still going before the last corner, so that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah. Well, there does definitely need to be a rule, because not only does it cool your tyres down to quite a dangerous point.
If I saw like a half a second later, I would have DNF'd, because I could slam into the back of the car.
Well,
right?
That's the thing. In the large pack, when you get further down the grid, from about P5
it's worse and worse.
To last place, it just gets so bunched up that you're just hitting each other. And it doesn't matter if it causes damage or not. It's almost guaranteed to drive into the front of the guy. And knowing this game and its super strict penalty system, you'll get a 5-second penalty for tickling the arse of a car.
The thing is as well, the further you go back, the quicker the people will already be going. So when you're going like almost 300 already, using ERS and stuff, and then you have to slam on the brakes, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Because I think I said the clip in the driver's thing. Like we were going super slow. We're going like 30. Let's see. 4th gear, almost 5th, and then I have to fucking slam on the brakes. Almost went into the wall on the right because I got fucking hit from behind. So yeah, it's just.
I forgot I don't have access to the driver's chat.
Yeah. I'll send it in general as well if you want.
But yeah, I do think it's ridiculous. I do know exactly what you mean with that.
I don't want to like screw over Bram because he drove very well, but it's just.
Well, it's like I had a bad restart, so I put off the gas. I didn't brake.
Yeah,
so
but
it looks for you if I smash the brake. And I understand, but
yeah, but the thing is, how the further you go back, everyone is going quicker,
Yeah,
so
I
they have to
understand
brake
you.
more. And then, yeah, just
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
Obviously a
Afghan
tough,
also got or damage.
obviously a tough race. I mean, we had 7 people retire. I think there might have been more, but yeah. One
First
of
lap
those.
was chaos as well. I gained like
Yeah.
8 positions after
You were
turn 1.
10th at the first lap.
I gained like every position after turn 1.
Holy
Or
shit.
within turn 1.
But
I just
yeah.
avoided everything.
We'll move on now to Zwie. If I'm saying your name right, I really hope I am. I have been saying your name right at least. Welcome to the commentary box, and congratulations on coming 3rd. Is this your first podium?
Maybe, but I'm not sure how the results were on the
Nerd comes
last
in.
season.
Yes, it's your first.
No, no.
no.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, congratulations either way. I'm not gonna lie, you did have a few unfortunate moments in that race. I think where you just got caught up behind slower drivers, and I think, from my perspective anyway, you weren't exactly on pace with drivers like Luca. However, I definitely think if the race had gone different, you could have been in a similar position to Brown, where he was able to win due to the leader's penalty. So you were very quick today. I did notice that. But yeah, is there anything you want to talk about from your perspective?
Yeah, like the first lap was basically Inter's, but I risked with the dry setup because it was so. Yeah. It's hard to say, but
Yeah.
It was going to
but
dry
the
very quickly.
wet conditions were so quickly going to dry.
Yeah.
It was a short wet condition, so yeah.
AlphaTauri, right, had the biggest brain move, and for some reason decided to go onto the medium tyres, right? I don't know why they decided to do it when it was basically full wet condition. Not full wet, intermediate conditions. But it was not suitable for mediums. But anyway, when that safety car came in, they had to survive for a few laps, and then everyone came in, and Joseph File was leading the race. Now,
For only 1 lap.
if he had the pace, he would have won that. But that was the biggest brain strategy I think I've ever seen from a driver in this league, because I don't know why that works. I don't actually know why it worked. There's no reason it should have worked.
Well, it didn't work.
Yeah, he did. I heard that message that the dries and inters were as fast, but I was already across the pit line. So
Yeah. But the point was, if it was Luca or someone who'd done that strategy, they would have won the race by probably about a minute. But unfortunately, because it was Joseph File and he is a top of the range midfield driver, it did mean that when things came to it, he spun off and crashed. But yeah, that was quite unfortunate. But you had an absolutely excellent race today. I mean, obviously it wasn't as good as it could have been, but all 3 of you drove really well today. I definitely saw that.
Thank you.
And obviously I'm saying this, Oliver, what do you call it, also drove incredibly well. I don't mean to leave you out.
Strategy.
But
Oliver, why didn't you defend Bram for like 1 more sector?
I
wanted to, but he was fast.
Just defend the inside, just push
No,
him
look, I
wide.
was actually trying to like help.
Yeah, I know, but just you could have done a bit more.
I wanted you to like make a gap on the restart, and then I could get 3 seconds and you could get 3 seconds, but I didn't have time to give you a Discord chat.
But yeah, Oliver, unfortunate penalty. Same with Luca. If it wasn't for that, you would have definitely been on the podium.
I would
but-
get them.
Yeah, it was obviously not just that penalty but the end of that race, just as a whole, that was interesting. Just watching that slow fall is unfortunate, but you weren't dead last. That was for Mihai, I'm pretty sure.
Again.
If I'm correct.
Yeah, I think you are.
You drove an excellent race today as well, even though you didn't really get rewarded for it as much as these guys. Even though for that misfortune, you shouldn't really beat yourself up about it, because you all drove a great race today. I don't think there's a single one of you who didn't deserve a podium.
Luca.
Mate, I started 17th, still won on track.
Yeah, but Luca, we could put 40 drivers in, you could start 50th, right, and add in another 10 grid slots with no drivers there, so you're basically just starting like 10 seconds behind everyone, and you would probably still win if penalties weren't allowed.
Taken out at that point.
Yeah, probably.
We need a Division 0 for you, because, like...
Yeah, just give me... Did you see my... I'm third on PlayStation on Austria, on Time Trial.
Yeah, you sweated. In every world
P3
car.
in the world.
No, I bottled PlayStation World Record.
Well...
Oh, one last thing.
Yeah?
I have my gameplay of the restart now in general.
Okay,
I don't do... Yeah, it's not that bad as you say.
I'm going to have a look at this. Because as much as I have no stewarding...
I go a second full gas, and then... Yeah.
You're checking 90% of the time behind you as well, so it's kind of obvious.
Bram. You're going 60 to 120 and then you stop.
Mm-hmm.
And
had the full brake.
You went from first to second. I was revving out fourth gear.
Why?
Yeah, exactly. But
because
yeah.
I was so far behind. Look at my POV. Look my POV.
From your POV, it probably looks awful, but for my...
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, let's see. So one.
Damn.
Yeah, that's too slow, I'm afraid. It gets slower as the back of the grid bunches up. Oh wow, Jesus. Oh, right.
That's what I mean.
That was you, Luca, right. I was about to say, I caught that on stream and I watched you get thrown off the track there. I thought that was...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously.
What
do you mean deserved?
No, I didn't say deserved. Did I?
No,
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
Oliver
yeah.
said it.
Alright.
I wish you retired.
Oh.
Oliver, where did you finish? Oh, that's what I thought.
Oliver.
Stupid.
Oliver, we're
ass.
behind
Yeah, but
Ruben, by the way.
I have overtaken
Oliver.
Luca.
Well, anyway, I'm leaving the
Oliver.
party. I got another race tonight.
Fair enough.
Aiden left, so maybe you want to be Luca's teammate.
Okay.
Try to approach Ale.
Who is Ali?
I'll
Hey.
ping him for you.
Mia is already in his DMs.
Yeah, I know. Mia is in the DMs of Edwin as well.
Ali, eh?
Well, Aiden leaving obviously means that Williams is not the strongest team anymore. Yeah, that's kind of it. I was honestly expecting them to win by an incredible amount of points, but turns out that Aiden just has decided to quit on us, which, you know, not really
Just.
supportive.
How to get my second constructor championship with Luca.
Well,
Let him make his TikToks.
well, congratulations, and I'll see you guys in round 2, which I have no idea what it is.
So that's a good one.
Calendar.
I'm gonna look for you now.
It's Brazil.
Brazil.
I will cook.
Bro.
2 lap 36s after each other.
Wow.
Bro. Bram.
Yeah.
Cosmic.
Yeah.
Oliver. Mihai was indeed in the DMs of Ale, and
Yeah.
Ale showed me the DMs. He says, well, it seems like your driver has left GFRL. And then Ale says, are you implying something with this message? And he said, potentially. And then Ale says, yeah, I'm better off with an empty seat.
If Ali hears it, give me a seat. Now.
I already told Ale.
What?
Right.
I already told Ale. I said to him, first ask Aiden if he's coming back or not. And if not, then sign Oliver.
Oliver.
Give Oliver the seat, right?
Right, yeah, right.
Right, and I will reserve for Mercedes. No.
Oh, Ale Gamer is typing. Ale Gamer is typing. He says, yeah, he's probably the best option out there.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
I was about to say Oliver did show today. He's definitely deserving of a seat.
I promise you I will race over two races this season.
Oliver has always shown that he's been deserving of a seat, to be fair. I don't know what I meant about today.
Guys, just remember, Oliver just attended 2 races in a row.
What?
I need to do something with my life.
Bro, no, this is unacceptable. I don't expect to see you till the last race of the season. Go away.
Nah, I might do Qatar, and then I'm leaving.
Yeah, right.
We have a plan.
Enjoy. Now, go away. I don't want to see you for a few races. No, I'm joking.
Me and the boys are going to chill in the TGF party, I think, because Matteo is just invite us.
Right, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah, thanks again, Cosmic.
You're welcome.
See you later.
Hour and 48 minutes. Lovely stream. Right, goodbye.
Damn.
And I hope you guys enjoyed.